With YouTube attacking alternative media, please consider supporting the channel via Patreon for just $1 per month. Link below. Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and I'm reading an article today because I want to make sure we go through this together. This is the new approach to YouTube monetization after 2017 and the adpocalypse. It can't get any worse, can it? Well, let's find out. I haven't read this yet, so we will be going through this together. Now, it says there's no denying that 2017 was a difficult year with several issues affecting our community and our advertising partners. We are passionate about protecting our users, advertisers, and creators and making sure YouTube is not a place that can be co-opted by bad actors. You know, you say that, you say that, and I think you mean it, but ultimately that's not true, right? YouTube is a platform where anyone can come in and make a channel and, well, with 10,000 views, now monetize it. But beforehand, anyone could come on in, start monetizing content, rip off content, still making money at it, and then go from there. And, you know, it took, at least in the case of, you know, just kind of reaction channels, a big push from people like Grade A Under A to push the Make YouTube Great Again hashtag in order to get Susan Wojcicki's attention, which then led to essentially the destruction of those channels. So ultimately, you know, it's a lot of this is just you not paying attention. So people taking advantage of the situation and you knowing about it and then not doing anything till a big push says as much about us as it does about you. Now, while it took several steps last year to protect advertisers from inappropriate content, we know we need to do more to ensure their ads run alongside content that reflects their values. As we mentioned in December, we need a fresh approach to advertising on YouTube. Today, we are announcing 3 significant changes. I already don't like where this is going. The content that I put out there, I have been so freaking hard, trying so desperately to not break the rules, to not break the content. But the fact that this is still being reviewed by a human after it gets triggered by an algorithm is a problem. This video will be demonetized, even though I'm not going to say anything that's not advertiser friendly within it. The videos where I've talked about Logan Paul over the course of the past 2 weeks have not said anything in there that would even remotely be considered anti-advertiser friendly, but yet all of them have been confirmed via manual review. I've gone as far as to contact YouTube directly over these issues. Over the first like 10 videos I put out in 2018 were all confirmed manually, and I went to go complain like, no, I'm playing by your rules, but your rules are so vague, it's so difficult to tell. And that's why every day becomes this huge mess of like what to talk about. Now, again, the problem here, at least for me, is I like to rely on AdSense, which I know isn't necessarily the most feasible thing on the planet, but I feel in terms of a creator to audience, viewer relationship, ultimately it works out better for everyone. You know what you're getting, you know, like, you know me, you know what you're getting when you watch a video. But now when it turns into the constant basically shilling for Patreon, which I make no apologies for doing, it comes across as being this thing that I really wish wasn't the case. And I have a feeling 2018 is only going to get worse. Stricter criteria for monetization. Yep, stricter criteria. After careful consideration and extended conversations with advertisers and creators, we're making big changes to the process that determines which channels can run ads on YouTube. Previously, channels had to reach 10,000 total views to be eligible for the partnership program. It's been clear over the last few months that we need the right requirements and better signals to identify the channels that have earned the right to run ads. Instead of basing acceptance purely on views, we want to take channel size, audience engagement, and creator behavior into consideration to determine eligibility for ads. Wow. If I was a new creator hoping to make this a job, that statement right there, that paragraph right there, would frighten me to my core. And it would be a huge thing that would possibly get me to walk away. And I can defend YouTube, and I have defended YouTube. Let's see what they say. Let's see what they say. That's why starting today, new channels need to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months to be eligible for ads. We will begin enforcing these new requirements for existing channels February 20th. So at this point, if you have under 1,000 subscribers and you are trying to make some extra cash for whatever reason, you've got to hit the ground running. You've got to hit the ground running in order to get to 1,000 subscribers. Now, look, I got 158,000 subs myself, and you know, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that 1,000 is not much. It's not much. 1,000 is a lot. It's not unobtainable. You know, I've had $3 Theater for less than a year, and I've hit 16,000 subs on there. But the thing is too, I've also been marketing through this channel, so that's definitely helped. But a new creator, that's going to be, yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Of course, channel size alone is not enough to determine whether a channel is suitable for advertising. We will closely monitor signals like community strikes, spam, and other abuse flags to ensure they comply with our policies. Both new and advertising partnership channels will be automatically evaluated under the strict criteria, and if we find a channel repeatedly or egregiously violates our community guidelines, we will remove that channel from YPP. As always, if the account has been issued 3 community guideline strikes, we will remove that user's accounts and channels from YouTube. Now, I can only assume they're doing this because they've seen an uptick in particular content that has either been extremely spammy, or it's been using a lot of BS, a lot of trying to game the system, a lot of keywords in the descriptions that aren't needed to be there, and those kind of things. But again, if you are an up-and-coming creator and this is what you want to do, there are ways, obviously, to get to 1,000 subscribers. But at this point, I would really push to get 10,000 views by the 20th of next month. This combination of hard to game user signals and improved abuse indicators will help us reward creators who make engaging content while preventing bad actors and spammers from gaming the system in order to monetize unsuitable content. Okay, here's the thing. People are talking about, like, you know, videos of like their family vacation to Hawaii that get lots of views, have nothing wrong in them, demonetized. Standard conversations about current events, you know, super topical stuff or whatever, demonetized. You know, I on $3 Theater, almost every video gets demonetized, and I'm talking about movies. I'm not even swearing in those videos, but they get demonetized. You're not putting a lot of trust. You know, you're not giving us a lot to go on here. Trying to say that you don't want these people to game the system and monetize unsuitable content. You've already essentially started demonetizing everything that you deem to be unsuitable while running on this very vague set of rules. And again, I understand that the adpocalypse and what led to the adpocalypse ultimately is not your fault, in terms of, like, this was, you know, a hit piece from the mainstream media and people reacted, obviously. But you're not making it easier on yourself, and you're overreacting and hurting creators in the process. There are creators I know right now, the Reckless Eating channel, for example, they've got like 500, 600,000 subs, not a small channel. They left their partnership company and they're trying to get back into YouTube monetization. They clearly have over 10,000 views. They clearly have over 1,000 subscribers, and they've been waiting for weeks now. I mean, weeks to get approved just to run ads on their content. They are literally not earning any money on their videos, and YouTube's response is, you know, so when that happens, it doesn't do a lot to instill faith from the creators to the company. And the thing is, the company knows that, but ultimately they're really only appealing to a small handful of channels with millions of subscribers and millions of views that put out the type of content that can go trending and just be that. So it says here that while this new approach will affect a significant number of channels eligible to run ads, the creators who remain part of YPP represent more than 95% of YouTube's reach for advertisers. Yeah, again, but when you demonetize everything, anything that's a current event, essentially, it makes it so difficult to trust you. Okay, manually reviewing Google Preferred. Let's see what this says. We're changing Google Preferred so that it not only offers the most popular content on YouTube, but also the most vetted. We created Google Preferred to surface YouTube's most engaging channels to help our customers easily reach our most passionate audiences. Moving forward, the channels included in Google Preferred will be manually reviewed, and ads will only run on a video that have been verified to meet our ad-friendly guidelines. We expect to complete manual reviews of Google Preferred channels and videos by mid-February in the US, by the end of March for all of our markets where Google Preferred is offered. The thing is, though, to be on Google Preferred, as far as I know, it requires a lot of subscribers, a lot of engagement. I don't believe I'm on Google Preferred. So this is not, this right here is because of Logan Paul and ultimately PewDiePie from last year, but ultimately Logan Paul for right now. This manually reviewing Google preferred is because of that. Because they get a higher percentage. They get a higher take home. The ads are worth more money. And also Google preferred allows them to sell individual ads on their channel. So it's like Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert were talking about tragedies are running ads. It's because they're a Google preferred channel and therefore they sell the ad space directly. So Google gets their cut, whereas the rest of us are on Google AdSense and we don't have that. So I'm not a Google preferred. Obviously, I'm not a Google preferred. Okay, greater transparency and simpler controls over where ads appear. We know advertisers want simpler and more transparent controls. In the coming months, we will introduce a 3-tier suitability system that allows advertisers to reflect their view of appropriate placements for their brand while understanding potential reach trade-offs. We also know we need to offer advertisers transparency regarding where their ads run. We've begun working with trusted vendors to provide third-party brand safety reporting on YouTube. I hate that third party because, again, you are not looking at what's been leaked. We know for a fact that this is more ideologically based upon the flagger. We know this. This is not an uncommon thing or an unknown thing. And just I feel like they know, but they're trying to get around it. So it says we're currently in beta with Integral Ad Science, IAS, and we're planning to launch a beta with Double Verify soon. We're also exploring partnerships with OpenSlate, ComScore, and Moat, and look forward to scaling our third-party measurement offerings over the course of the year. I don't know what any of that means. I'm not going to lie. The average person is not going to know what any of that means. Okay, so I took a quick look at some of these companies. Essentially, they're just going to be monitoring what content goes up, probably using algorithms to auto-flag stuff and then manually review, and it's more of the same. It's more of the same. It's unfortunate. The challenges we faced in 2017 have helped us make tough but necessary changes in 2018. These changes will help us better fulfill the promise YouTube holds for advertisers, the chance to reach over 1.5 billion people around the world who are truly engaged with the content they love. We value the partnership and patience of all of our advertisers to date and look forward to strengthening those ties in 2018. Yeah, okay. So look, you want to you want to make it good, better for advertisers. I'm not against that. No one who does this as a career or as a hobby that pays, extra little bit of money every single month is going to complain with that. But it's how this stuff is implemented is where there's the problem. It's the fact that we know that because of some of the leaked information about what kind of forms people have to fill out, what these flaggers have to fill out when they manually review stuff, we know a lot of it can be based upon ideology. I've gone to YouTube and complained about it myself, where I had a video talking about a neo-Nazi stopping an Amtrak train and being charged with domestic terrorism get approved for advertisement. But I've had a video where I talked about Anita Sarkeesian at VidCon, where I used no inflammatory language, and it was confirmed by manual review. So I took that, I went to YouTube, their help section, I complained about it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that." And they made it run ads. I've gone to Team YouTube on Twitter, and I've complained about stuff, and they've reinstated ads. So they have the ability to reinstate ads. So the nonsense that they say that once it's been confirmed, it's a final decision is simply not true. I've had overturns before. And the thing is that it shows you that there is a problem with the system. And it's really, really, really unfortunate because it'd be nice if we were able to sit there and actually have a discussion about this, of finding solutions. And I'm hoping they'll give us something. But right now, if you are a small creator, I'm not telling you to jump ship, abandon ship, or just not do it. I'm telling you, you're going to have to work harder. And I know that's not what you want to hear. I know that's what a lot of you don't want to hear at all. You don't want to hear that they're going to make it harder for you to be able to start making some money on your videos. Even they've been changing the way things have been going for a while now. And it's unfortunate because it doesn't have to be this bad, but it clearly is getting to that point. And if you are a smaller creator, don't give up. It will get better, but you're going to have to take a serious look at what kind of content you make, how you present it, how you put it out there, and ask yourself if this is what you want to be working towards. Because I think gone are the days of people just doing this as a hobby and growing 100%, right? I think we're moving into a time where you can still do this as a hobby. Absolutely. I'm not trying to suggest otherwise, but we're at a point where doing this as not a business treating it like it's not a business will probably have more of a negative impact than not. And so I implore you, this is, I mean, for me to you, who does this full time as a job and is always learning about what's going on and who treats this like a business, go and do the research on algorithm changes. Watch people like Daryl Eves, even Tim Schmoyer, more Daryl Eves than Tim Schmoyer in my opinion. Video creators, those guys, they're okay. Sean and Benji, they're all right. Like, watch these people that teach you about what's going on or give you tips and tricks, because the idea there is that you want to play the game, because the only way you'll get to where you want to be is by playing it. And when you get to a certain point, then you have the ability to kind of branch off because you've built and cultivated an audience. So don't be entirely discouraged. If anything, treat it like an MMORPG, right? You got to grind to level up. You got to grind to get the better loot. And that might be the best way to look at it without completely devolving into a crippling depression as a result. That's how I do it. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Monday Matt channel. If you haven't already, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, check back often for more content from me. If you want to support the channel, links below in the video description. Best way to do that is Patreon, like I said, or just by turning off that pesky ad block. Or if you just want to watch more content and hang out, you can do so right now.